So this is the back pattern, and as you all know, the first thing is to measure out, to rule out our starting lines. So we used our blouse length for the front. Don't forget our blouse length. I'm going to write down the measurements here so that you can see them. Okay. So blouse length that we used for the front was for 24 inches, right? And I told you that the front half length is different from the back half length. So my back half length now, that is from the shoulder to the back, is 16, right? The front half length is 18, the back is 16. What other measurements do we need? We need our bust. My bust is 40, my waist is 33. What other measurements did we need? We need our shoulder, which is our back. That one is 8 inches. So I'm just making you to understand this. Now, since I used 24 for the front, I can't use 24 for the back. Why? Because the front half length is different from the back half length. Since I'm using 16 for the back and 18 for the front, that's extra 2 inches. We are going to deduct it from the blouse length to give us 22 inches. So the length of our blouse at the back is going to be 22. The front is going to be 24. You know, we have removed side dart from the front. So it has made that front at the side that made it 22 already. So just watch me, you're going to understand what I'm doing. So the blouse length is 22 inches for the back. That's because our half length has affected the length. So watch me now. We are going to rule out our length, the 22 inches. This is it. I'm trying to measure the 22 inches. I hope you can see what I'm doing. So after doing that, rule a straight line across. Then after that, the next thing to do is to insert your shoulder measurements. My shoulder is 8, right? This is 8 inches. And please take note, your the part where you are going to be ruling out your neckline, that's where your zipper allowance will be. Please, it's very important. That part where your neckline will be, that's where zipper allowance will be. So my zipper allowance is 2 inches. I'm making use of 2 inches. If I'm making use of 1.5, it's also fine. But for this tutorial, I'm making use of 2 inches. So my shoulder is 8, right? Please don't forget to include that extra 2 inches for zipper allowance, which should make it 10 inches. Right? So this is 10 inches. And my armhole depth is 9 inches, just as we use 9 inches for the front. So the next thing is to connect the lines. So this is my armhole. Then the next thing is to measure my shoulder to bust line. My shoulder to bust line, as we used for the front, is 11 inches, right? Then my shoulder to waist is 16. Please do not forget. Shoulder to bust 11, shoulder to waist is 16. That's all we need here. So you're going to rule the straight line across. So I hope you are seeing what I'm doing. So this is your armhole line. This is your shoulder to bust line, shoulder to waist line, and this is your blouse length. So now I'm going to be imputing my measurements. My bust measurement is 10 inches, which is 40 inches, which is 40 divided by 4, right? Which is 10. So this is the 10 inches here, right? Now, don't forget your zipper allowance, 2 inches. You're going to be adding into every of your measurements. I intentionally added the zipper allowance so that you will not forget when you're drafting it. Because normally I should just bring out my measurements and add zipper allowance on the dress. But I don't want us to have issues. So just do it this way. So 10 inches plus 2 inches for zipper, that's 12 inches, right? So I told you we're marking the same thing at the shoulder side as we did for the front. Whatever you mark here is what you mark here. That's 12 inches, right? Then my waist is 33 divided by 4. That's 8.25, right? 8.25 plus 2 inches for zipper allowance, that's 10.25. Then my hip is 43, which is 10.75. 10.75 plus 2 inches for zipper allowance is what? 12.75. So you're going to mark it out. Please ensure to take accurate measurements so that you can get a very nice result. So the next thing to do now is to connect your lines together. Just follow what I'm doing when you want to connect your lines, so it can be easy for you. I hope you can see. I'm making use of my curved ruler here. I know I didn't make use of my curved ruler when we were doing the front part. So this is the body measurement. Now, we are not taking out the darts, right? And it's very important to take out our darts. So I'm taking out my darts from the waist side. We are still going to make use of that our nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4, right? Plus the 2 inches allowance we are adding for zip. So whatever you are doing, whatever measurements you are doing at this part, always include the 2 inches for zipper. Or what you can also do is to mark out the 2 inches for zipper allowance. Mark it out so that it doesn't confuse you. Just do it this way. Mark out the 2 inches. See, this is 2 inches here. I'm marking it out round so that it doesn't confuse me. So I'm going to rule out the zip allowance. So whatever measurements I'm imputing, I will start imputing it from this side now. So I'm not confused. I hope you get it. So from the waist side, I'm going to measure the 4 inches, which is my nipple to nipple measurement. This is it here, right? I'll do the same thing here. And the same thing down. So from this waist side, I'm going to take in that of ½ inch on both sides. ½ inch on both sides, right? ½ inch to this side, ½ inch to this side for my dart. Do you understand what I just did? So I'm going to replace that. You know when you've taken half here and half here, that's half in two places, that's 1 inch, right? So you're going to replace the 1 inch here. Do you understand? You're replacing the 1 inch at this side. So you connect it back like this. Do you get it now? I hope you understand what I'm doing. So I've replaced the 1 inch that. So this is the half inch that I took in, right? So I'm going to slant it to come and meet this part. Do you know this is the 4 inch that we took for the nipple to nipple measurement, our bust span, right? So I'm going to slant it this way. Are you seeing what I'm doing? So at this side, let's take in our shoulder slant. I hope you can see it. So neckline, I'm making use of 3 inches for my neckline, just as we did for the front, right? So I'm starting from this part. You know, I told you this place is zipper allowance. So let me write it on it, zipper. So this is for zipper, right? So this is the 4 inch, the 3 inches for our neckline. I've marked it. I marked it starting from here to this, from here to this place. That's the 3 inches. Then I'm marking our shoulder slant. 1 inch for shoulder slant, right? Then you slant it like this. Do you understand what I just did? So then you mark your armhole line. Just connect your armhole line like this, and that's all. Our armhole is ready. Our body is ready. Remaining the princess cut at the back. So this is where your nipple to nipple measurement got to the other time. Just connect it back. Did you see what I just did? Then from this line, you connect back to meet the midpoint. You know what we did in the front? We got the midpoint of these two parts, Sabi, to get the middle of our shoulder. So from this part to this part is 8 inches. We have 8 inches left because we have taken out 1 inch for shoulder slant. So the half of that 8 inches is 4, and this is the 4. So you are going to connect from this point. Do you get it? Connect from this point to meet this 4 inch with your curved ruler, or you can use your free hand to connect it. Did you see what I just did? So if you should do it this way, you have achieved your princess dart for the back. That's all about the back. So then there is something called zipper bulge. You see, when people make clothes, after sewing the clothes, that part that used to bulge out at the back is not usually making the dress nice. So there's a way to eliminate zipper bulge. So you're going to come to where your zipper allowance is. Have you seen the zipper allowance here? Where I wrote zipper. So you come to you are eliminating your zipper bulge at the waistline. Please, I didn't label it here at the back, but you can label yours. This is my waistline. So you will come to where the zipper is, right? And take in 0.75 inch. 0.75. That's 3/4 of an inch. So let me use another marker so that you can see it clearly. Okay, so 0.75, which is 3/4 of an inch. I've taken it. I think you can see it. I'm using green marker now. So after taking it in, you are going to gently slant it like this. Please, you can use your free hand, okay? And you can also use your ruler. Look at what I'm doing. I'm slanting from this part where I took in 0.75 to the upper part of the dress. I hope you can see it clearly now. I'm slanting from this part to meet the upper part of my dress, like this, of my pattern paper, I mean. You can see what I just did, right? I slanted from here. Did you see? Slanted from here to meet the upper part of my dress. And I'm going to do it also like this. See, I'm slanting from that same point to meet the lower part of my dress. So, doing it this way, I have eliminated the bulge at this part. So, if you do it perfectly and it's getting to where your waist should be, definitely you should achieve something reasonable. So, after doing this, let's get our neckline. I didn't cut the neckline for the front, but I will do for the back. My neckline for the back, I want to make use of 1.5 inch depth. So, I'm going to slant it like so. I'm making use of the pattern master to slant my neckline for the back. Okay, so that's 1.5 inch depth. So this, if you should do your own like this, you should not have any issue at all. This is the back of your princess that will stay. All right, so the next thing to do now is to cut it out. This part is your dart. You're going to cut out this part like this. Just watch what I'm going to do. What I'm doing is I'm cutting it out. For some people, or for most people, they used to replace this part, this 0.75 at this side, but I don't replace it because I believe the way our back is, that part, that middle part of our back that is bent in, it's going to allow this dress to rest perfectly on that part. You know, there's a center part of our back that has hole that is bent in. So if you replace it, it's just, to me, it's not necessary. So I don't replace mine. Then please, at this part, you know, this is where our neckline is getting to. You're just going to extend it to meet the zipper allowance, like this. That's all. And you cut two. So this is it. This is my back pattern. I hope you can see it. If you did yours well, this is what you should get. So the next thing now is to do this. Okay, let me cut out the starting line from this side. So these are your two patterns. This is your back part of your dress. So now to know that what you did is okay, you are going to pick your front pattern, your front piece. This is the front piece, right? The one we did the last time. And place this side. Look at this side, the side of your back piece. Place it, let the armhole here be touching the armhole here, like this. You can see that the length is going to be the same. You are going to notice that the length, or you can also use your tape rule to measure it if it's giving you problem. Look at what I'm going to do now. I want to measure the length of the side. So this is 13.5, and for the front part too, you can see it's also 13.5. So that is because we have eliminated what? We have eliminated our side dart here, and we have done the back pattern the way it should be done. So if you followed this video to this point, you should get what I am getting. Do you understand? So we are done with our pattern drafting for our bustier. The next thing is to go to the sewing aspect. So I didn't cut the neckline here, and I have not shaped the side because there's a shape that's supposed to be here. This part is not supposed to just be straight like this. This part is not supposed to be straight like this. To give it that curvy bend, you can just take in 2 inches from this place upwards like this and slant it into the body like this. So you do the same thing for the front too. Okay. So I want to do the same thing for the front. I'll be taking 2 inches, 2 inches from this side. I should have done it before, but let me just slant it through and slant it through just to give it that curvy shape, right? And that's all. Look at the shape it's giving. You see that it's giving a nice shape, right? It's not just straight like it used to be. It's giving us this nice round shape. So that is all about the front and the back pattern. So for your zipper part, this is the zipper part of your princess say. So whatever this place, see, whatever this place to this place is giving you, is what this place to this place should be giving you. And you know, we are taking out 0.75 from here, right? 0.75. So I'm explaining this so that when we are sewing, you are not confused. So from here to here is what is going to give us 2 inches. So this is the 2 inches. You know, we are taking 0.75 out. So you're just going to slant it like this to give you that curve that is at our back. Our back is not straight, right? It's curved. So when you're fixing your zipper on your dress, it will be coming like this, and then get here, curve down like this. That's when it's going to sit perfectly. Okay, so the next thing to do now is we are going to be dismantling this so that we can use it to cut on our fabric. Okay, so I've dismantled the 3 pieces now, and I want to cut it on my dress. So just watch the process. These are the 3 pieces, the 3 parts. So I'm going to fold this back. Remember we folded this before when we were cutting it. So I folded it back, and I have not cut out my neckline because I've not decided the neckline I'm going to be using. So now I think I'm going to make use of a V neckline, and I want it to be 7 inches deep. So I'm using a V neck. So this is what a V neckline looks like, right? I believe you know what V neckline is. This is it. So the next thing is to cut on the dress now. This is my fabric. I'm going to fold like this. So after folding, I'll pick my paper. I'm cutting the center first. You can see what I did. This is where you make use of your pin and pin it down. So now, after doing this, remember that we didn't add allowance to the length of our blouse. So here I'm going to be adding 2 inches allowance to the length of my blouse, which means that 2 inches allowance, half inch is going to be for folding, 1 inch is going to be for the bend, then the remaining half inch will be for the folding of the upper part. So this is how I'm going to distribute it, right? I'll pick your shock, measure half inch at the upper part here for the joining of the shoulder, and connect it together, right? Come down here, the remaining 1.5, fix it because we're adding just 2 inches to it. So after doing that, this side, right? Because of the joining, add half inch for the joining. This way, you'll be able to use the right number of allowance for your dress so that you don't have unnecessary excess allowance on your dress. So this is me trying to bring out the half inch. And make sure that when you are doing this, that curve is still bringing out that curve. Don't erase that curve from your dress so that you don't spoil your shape, the shape of your dress. So after doing that, you cut it out. If you are not still sure of yourself, please try it on your lining first. Okay? After trying it on your lining, then you can now cut it on your main fabric. So this is the center piece. I'm done with the center part. I'm going to cut the sides now. When you're cutting the sides, you also fold into two. Now, when you're cutting the sides, make sure that you have at least 1.5 inch at this side. While this side where you're just going to be joining, you add half inch. Please look at it. This is your pattern for the side. This part is the part that will be joined to the middle of your center pattern. So this is the side. This, you can see this is the hammer, right? So this side needs allowance just in case of anything. So you'll be adding 1.5 to this side, and you'll be adding half to this side. That half is going to join with the half of this one for joining. So you pin it down and add your half inch at the side, 1.5 at the other side. And don't forget, at the down part, you're adding 1.5 here, you're adding half at the upper part. Very important. So I'm done with the front piece. I've cut the both sides for the front. I'm going to cut for the back too. Just follow what I asked you to do. So after pinning it down like this, don't forget you're adding 1.5 inch at the down part, 1 inch at the upper part. Eh, 1.5 at the down part, you're adding 1.5 inch at the down part, and you're adding half inch at the upper part. So you don't need to add any allowance to this side. You know, we've added our zipper allowance. It's just this middle part. You are going to add half inch for joining. And then the down part, you're adding your 1.5 inch for sewing and for bending. You're adding half inch here, up. From here, up to this side. You're adding half inch to the side, like this. This is the center. This is the part where you're going to join the other piece of the back pattern. So please don't forget that. At this zipper part, you're not adding anything. You're just going to cut through. As you are seeing me do now, just cut through. Then your neckline. Don't forget that there's half-inch allowance at this upper part. So I'm done with the center part of the back, meaning the side. So I'm just going to cut out the side now. Please always remember that at the side, you are adding 1.5 inch. At the center, you're adding half-inch. The reason why you're adding half-inch at the center is for the joining. You're joining one piece to the other piece. While at the side, that's going to be your serve as your sewing allowance and the extra allowance just in case anything happens. Just in case. Please don't add half-inch at the side, though. Add 1.5. That 1.5, you can actually put it inside. If you don't need it, it's not going to hurt you, it's not going to harm anyone. It can be inside. But if you don't have it and there's an issue, it's going to be serious because it's going to spoil the dress. So now I want to add 1.5 at the down part. Then at the side, I'm adding 1.5 too. Up to the shoulder part, 1.5 inch. So at the side is going to be half-inch. I mean at the center. Yeah, where I'm cutting now is half-inch. Please, if you have questions, let me know. Or if you're not getting it, please reach out to me. So we are done with it. This is our patterns. This is the pattern for the back. This is it. And this is the pattern for the front. So you just go and replicate this on your lining. Just cut out your lining this way too. So, but there's going to be a little difference in the cutting of the lining because your lining, don't worry, I'm going to show you when you're cutting it. So then I'm going to cut out the sleeve now. I already have a pattern for the sleeve. That I'm going to use. I have a video for that pattern. So if you need it, you're going to make it of that same sleeve, just reach out to me. So this is the sleeve I'm working with. You know this structured sleeve, right? That's the type of sleeve I am working with. So I'm just going to dismantle it now and cut it on my dress. So after opening it up, this is what I have, and I'm just going to cut it out. 2 pieces on my fabric, 2 on the lining. You can see I've folded the fabric into 2. Please pin it down before doing yours so that if you are working with this sleeve, you have to make use of your pin so it doesn't give you problem or stress you. So I've cut out the fabric parts, and then this is what I have left. I made use of 2 yards of fabric because I'm cutting only the blouse. So now the next thing is to cut the lining. So this is my lining. This is what I'm making use of. I've used to cut the dress before, so just to place my pattern on it and cut it out. I'm cutting out the sleeve first. So I'm done with the sleeve pattern. The next thing to cut out is the body. So I want to cut the back pattern. So just watch what I'm doing now. So that you can know you're going to cut out your lining. First thing is to cut it out normally the way you cut your dress. Cut everything out that way. So I cut all the pieces of the lining out, and this is what I wanted you to see. Just look at, let's use this as an example. We're going to be using this center piece as example. Okay, this is it. So look at it and the lining now. You're going to place the lining on it like this. Just follow what I'm doing. Place it on it this way. And come to the down part. I've placed it on it well now. You know that what we want to do is, we want to make sure that when we are folding like this, the lining is not showing. So you just cut out like 2 inches from this part. Do you know why we are cutting out 2 inches? You know, at the down part, we added 1.5 when we were cutting, right? And I said that 1.5, half out of it is going to be for joining, and 1 inch is going to be for bending. Now, that 1 inch, by the time you cut out 2 inches from this part, this is the 2 inches. Let me cut it out and show you. We are cutting out the 2 inches from the lining, please. Now, I've cut out the 2 inch away. Now, by the time you cut out the 2 inch, and you now want to fold this like this. After folding it, you know, when you fold 2 inches into 2, like this is going to be 1 inch. That's the essence of that 1 inch for bending. Do you understand? So that when you want to fold, the cloth is going to be showing, not the lining. You're going to sew it like this. You sew this 2 first, and then you fold it like this. That 1 extra inch is going to cover for the folding. That's what I just want to explain to you here. And you're going to do the same for every other part of your dress. So from here, we are going to go to the sewing, the ironing, because you have to iron your stay on every part of this dress. You iron stay on the fabric and on the lining. Okay? All of these fabrics and lining, we are going to iron stay on them. So this is how to cut your wadding. I want to explain how you're going to cut this wadding on your bustier. So you're going to pick up. This is your bust line. You can go up by 3 inches, right? Look at it. This is my nipple. If I'm going to be cutting my bustier, I want you to cover at least 3 inches from my nipple point upwards, right? So you go up by 3 inches from your bust line, and if you want to go up by 4 inches for your own, it's not bad. All right, 4 inches is still okay. 3 inches or 4 inches, depending on the fullness of your bust. And you're going to rule it straight like this. You can make use of your ruler. Just watch what I'm doing. Then I'll come to this side too. This is where my bust line is, right? This is where my bust line is. This is the 4 inches I'm coming up with. So you're just going to carefully, as if you are arranging it, right? Look at what I'm doing so that you can understand. As if you are arranging it back. Your bust line for this part is meeting the bust line for this part like this. Just look at it. Have you seen what I just did? I shifted it together. Then I'm going to, just so you can know how your wadding is going to go. Have you seen it now? I started ruling from here. I had to rule it through like this. Do you understand? So you can rule it through to the side. And then this is the side. You know, we didn't add any allowance on the paper. So you can just leave 1 inch from this side to this side and let it end here so that it doesn't get to the side of your totally to the side of your dress. You can leave 1 inch from there and rule it like this. Then this is the under bust, right? Whatever wadding, whatever interfacing you are using for your dress has to end at your under bust, and this is the under bust. That's why you have to label your pattern paper so it doesn't confuse you. And for this side, this is the under bust too, right? So I'm just going to do it this way. Watch what I'm doing. I'm going to curve it this way. You see what I just did? I curved it from the under bust to go and meet that first line I drew at the top. Then for this side, it's not hard. This is it, right? This is where the under bust is. That's all you need to do. Then you cut it out. So this is what you're going to use to cut your wadding or whatever it is you are using as your interfacing. So I'm going to just cut this too. So this is what I'm going to use to cut out my wadding. And for my wadding, I'm going to be doubling it because I want it to be really firm. If you're not going to use wadding for yourself, you can make use of stay, right? You can make use of your stay and make sure that the stay you are using, you use like 8 layers or 9 layers of it on this part so that it can be very firm if you don't want to make use of this or if you don't have access to this. And some people make use of that laminated foam. So whichever one is okay by you, but I'm making use of this one for this tutorial. Now at this part, we don't want this place. We don't want it bulging on our dress. So I'm just going to go up like this. Look at what I'm doing. Look at how I'm cutting it. I'm going to cut it this way, not straight. If I should cut it straight, it might not give me what I want. So I'm cutting it like this. Just follow your pattern paper, whatever it is that is on your pattern paper, and cut it out. So this is it for this side. And for the center and for the side, both sides, I'm going to be cutting this. Please, before you dismantle the paper, make sure that you are done ironing on the dress so that you can understand where you are placing it on the dress. So this is it. I'm done cutting it now. So I'm going to go and iron it on my. And please, when you're ironing, it's preferable that you iron your interfacing on your lining. Don't iron it on your main dress. Iron it on the lining. So that's all for this. I'm going to go ahead to my ironing table, iron everything, and show you how it comes out.